Madeline, is it true that your boyfriend is a doctor? I was hearing that from a few of the other workers today.
Ruby, you heard about that from them?
I knew it was true then. What is with this, gosh dang it? I love to gossip about other people's love lives. So, next time when you go out telling people, make sure to include me. I'm sure you weren't trying to hide any of this from me, right?
Well, no, but this isn't something that everyone in the whole company needs to hear about.
Huh? Why not, though? You have a boyfriend who's a doctor now, making your future very safe. You should be going around the office bragging about something like that, right?
Well, I'm sure that my boyfriend's a very amazing man and all that, but I don't think he's the kind of guy that I need to be bragging about here.
Huh? What the heck? You telling me that you're trying to be some modest woman now? If I were you, I'd be bragging every which way around here. So, where did the two of you end up meeting?
You could call him a friend of one of my friends from college. They were nice enough to introduce me to him and such.
What? I should have known you had someone to show you to him. But man, I don't have anyone around me that could show me to some kind of doctor who wants to date. Everyone in my group is below me.
Well, I'm sure that not many people are friends with doctors on such close levels. If you keep thinking that everyone's below you, you'll miss the right man for you, right?
Huh? What the heck? Are you trying to act like my mom right now, telling me crap like that? Well, good for you. You have yourself a doctor for a boyfriend now. You feel like you're above me now, so of course you'd try to give me some insight.
I'm not trying to act above you or anything. I'm just trying to recommend that you treat those in your group with a bit more respect. And if you do that, instead of saying they're below you, you might have a better chance at finding someone to date. I think you're the only one that's acting above everyone else now.
What? There's no way. I know that the truth is you have to have amazing people around you to introduce you to even more amazing people. Right? And since I need myself someone amazing to show me around, can you introduce me to your boyfriend?
Huh? What do you mean by that?
I mean exactly what I said. Introduce me to your boyfriend. Then he will be able to show me to one of his single doctor friends.
Oh, that's what you mean.
What? Did you get all worried there for a second? Were you getting scared that I might come and steal your boyfriend from you? Stop that, please. I would never do something like that to anyone.
That doesn't seem very authentic of you, though.
Does this mean... You're talking about Allie? Well, about that, it just happens that her boyfriend fell in love with me. I didn't do anything to take him from her.
Is that so? I'm sorry, but I don't really trust you on that one yet. Well, it's over now, so I shouldn't ask you any more about it.
Anyway, show me to your boyfriend, please. I only have so much time left before I need to get married, okay?
Hold on, though. Whatever happened with you and Allie's ex? Weren't you dating him?
I'm over him now. He wasn't making that much money compared to a lot of other people. And I just never saw him getting anywhere else in life. So, I want to find someone better to jump onto.
What? That right there is terrible, Ruby. After taking her boyfriend from her, you just went and dumped him after a few months? And saying that you want to jump onto someone else now? Don't you think that what you've done has caused a lot of harm for others already?
Why are you asking me all of these things? Wait, was she some kind of friend to you? Well, I'll just tell you now that I didn't mean anything bad by doing that. This is a world where love is the most powerful emotion, right? If she wanted to keep him around with her, then maybe she should have tried harder to show her love for him, right?
I'm not saying anything like that. I just think that what you've done to someone like her was not okay. And that I feel bad now that you didn't even hold on to her ex afterwards.
You're kind of crazy, Meline. You're a bit scary as well. If you keep talking like that about other people's situations, you're going to die young. I can see already that you're stressing over things like that. And those wrinkles on your face aren't receding anytime soon. So be careful.
Whatever. Either way, I am not showing my boyfriend to you. Just try your best to go out and find a high-level man that you think would be interested in you.
Huh? Well, if you say so. All right. I'll do everything in my power to find my high-level man. Now that I think about it, are you okay, Meline? There hasn't been anything else upsetting you, right? I think by this point you can say something to the police about him.
Please do. Allie, you've been worried about me? Thank you. But look, I'm feeling a lot better now. He's started to slow down a bit recently, so I think I can begin to relax again.
Is that so? Thank goodness. But make sure not to be negligent of what he can do. You've already started to get ready to move into your man's house now, right?
Yeah, I've already gotten everything packed up. I actually plan to move to his place tomorrow.
That fast, huh? Perfect. If you have anything you need my help with, just ask. I have a lot of time on my hands, so I can be there anytime. Like tomorrow, I can be over there right after work to help out.
Thank you. I'm sure if I have anything for you, I'll ask. When I do, you'd better be here.
Sure thing.
Also, now that we're talking a bit here, there's something else I should mention. Ruby was at the bus stop that I get off at normally a few days ago.
Why the hell is she going to your bus stop now? Please don't tell me that she's really trying to get to your boyfriend that badly.
Well, I think that's what she's been up to.
But why does she know about your boyfriend? I thought everyone was keeping that a secret from her.
Well, apparently a week ago she was listening in on a conversation that a couple of other workers were having, and she was able to hear something about him.
Wait, what? What the hell is wrong with her? Does she not have anything else she could be doing besides stealing people's boyfriends? She needs to learn to go out and find a man of her own instead of taking ours.
She really does. And what do you think she said to me back then? She told me that love is the strongest emotion in the world, but she never seems to have it herself.
The hell does she think she's talking about? She's probably never loved someone in her life, that thieving whore.
Exactly. But at least after what she'd done to you, you found yourself a better man and are happy, right?
That's right. I'm very happy now with my new boyfriend. And that's why I don't give a crap about Ruby or my screwed-up ex. But hearing that she's still trying to steal other people's boyfriends just makes me feel all angry inside again.
Well, I can understand that. But to be honest, your ex is also very lucky, because after being stolen from you by her, she ended up leaving him as well.
What the heck? Oh, thank goodness for that. I'm sure that in my ex's case, he wasn't really into her anyway either. And was more or less just bored with me and wanted to try something different. That's how a lot of men are, and why they are stolen by that freak so easily. I should really thank Ruby, actually, for taking that guy out of my life.
Right? Any man that's able to slip up and be taken away that easily is far too dangerous to keep around. And that's probably why Ruby has gotten so far invested in her game, is because there are a lot of men willing to jump ship for her out of boredom. But what's crazy is that she seems to do it out of jealousy more than actual love.
Oh, she's just that type of idiot girl.
She keeps that game up, she'll never truly be happy with whatever man she's with. All the men she ends up taking are cruddy themselves. Listen to me dissing Ruby and my ex like this.
But you're right about what you're saying. That ex of yours, just like a lot of other men, really did seem like the type to mess around with other women.
Jeez.
She asked me to introduce her to my boyfriend. But do you actually think I'd do something like that with the history she has?
Who would ever introduce their boyfriend to her? That's just her way of getting ready to steal him from you, right? But I know that your boyfriend isn't the type to leave you for her.
I doubt he would. He's seen a lot of women like her that are all into men's money, but he hates all of them.
In this day and age, there are all kinds of women like Ruby, actually, that are only into men for their money.
Right? They might all look cute, but everyone knows their goals.
I guess Ruby really is the type to keep on stealing other men because those who actually have money will never settle for her. And if they did, I wonder what would happen.
Well, anyway, if something between her and I happens again, I'll let you know.
Meline, were you planning on getting married to your boyfriend? In other words, you and him are engaged?
What are you talking about right now? Ah, you're right. He and I are engaged to one another, but we only just got engaged recently, so...
Is that so? Well, then I'm seriously sorry about what's happened. I might have accidentally stolen another man again.
Huh? What are you really talking about here?
I've just gotten engaged to the man you've been together with. I really am a pain in all you guys' butts now, aren't I? I've once again gone and stolen another man from you older women at work. I'm so sorry.
Huh? What are you actually going on about right now, Ruby? I really don't think you've stolen my man from me.
I understand the feeling of not wanting to grasp the scary reality that's in front of you. But him and I are going to have a gorgeous wedding that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm jumping for joy right now thinking about it.
This isn't about me grasping reality or not.
But this is the truth, so you're going to have to get real about it. And so I'll tell you once more. I'm sorry, but I've stolen your doctor fiancé from you. But I am thankful that an old woman like you would be willing to give him to me without fighting at all.
Are you certain that that's really my boyfriend that you've taken? And actually, where did you first run into him?
I met him right in front of your house. Don't you remember running into me at the bus stop near your house when we both looked the other way from one another?
Well, you seemed pretty upset to see me back then, Ruby.
Well, after running into you like that, I thought I'd take a trip over to your house. And so I followed you home.
That right there is you telling me you're a stalker, then. Why didn't you just talk to me more if you had something to say?
Well, I just didn't want to deal with you at the time. But after following you to your house, I was able to write down where it was before going home myself. I had other plans, so I couldn't do anything on that day.
This is a really odd story. So you stalked me to find my house and then wrote down the address to come back another time? That sounds like the making of a criminal.
Call me something like that. But hey, because I was able to come and find your house, I was able to meet your boyfriend later on. And I heard you and him got into a fight. How awful. You kicked him out of the house and everything.
Huh? I don't ever remember a thing like that with my boyfriend, though.
Well, he was just standing there in front of your house, pacing back and forth. And so I went up to him and asked what had been happening. That's when he told me you got into a fight with him and kicked him out of the house. And right then and there, I picked him up and took him home with me.
I see what's going on now.
All I had to do was be a little kind to him, and he immediately came running after me. So now, I'll be taking him as my boyfriend. Thank you so much for giving me your fiancé and doctor.
And thank you very much as well. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, because that man was a complete bother to me.
Stop trying to be all tough about this. I'm sure that you're shocked by all of this and are finding it hard to catch a breath. Sorry. A young and beautiful woman like me can never lose to an old hag like you.
No, I'm seriously thankful for what you've done. That man has been stalking me for months now.
Huh? What do you mean?
That guy's been following me everywhere for the past few months now. I had been trying to tell the police about him, but I've had little evidence. And so I moved out of my old house and am living in my fiancé's home. Actually, it was the day of me moving into his house that he proposed to me.
Wait a second. What do you mean? I haven't ever been over to his house yet, but...
That guy you're with probably doesn't even have a job right now. And if he does, he's probably working minimum wage and stalks all kinds of women daily. I think me being a bit too nice to him before is what got him so interested in me. He was the cashier at a gas station I stopped at, and maybe he's a sucker for nice women.
You're lying, right? But he's a doctor.
Did he say that? Well, that's a blatant lie. Probably just said that to get you to fall in love with him. Telling you he works an amazing job that was all too easy for him, right? Just like you'd done when you took Allie's boyfriend from her. Well, good luck, because he's been a really persistent stalker with me.
This is all lies. You're just trying to get me all worked up now because you're a sore loser, right? Him and I have already handed in our marriage paperwork to the city office and everything now. And I was planning on becoming a housewife and already told the company I quit.
Wait, what? Sucks for you. Well, I'm sure you'll know very soon if I'm telling the truth or not.
Wait. If you're actually telling the truth, then I'm actually screwed, right? I've already started talking about having a wedding with him.
Well, it's your fault for thinking you can just steal other people's boyfriends like that. But you both like to stalk other people, so I think you'll be a great couple. Maybe try your best to save up whatever money the two of you can for that expensive wedding. I hope that a whore like you gets whatever happiness is left for you after what you've done to people. After that, Meline was able to distance herself a bit from Ruby and had an amazing wedding with her husband, and was then able to leave her job and become a housewife. There she was able to begin the dream she had always been chasing after. Never had to really look back at the past that Ruby had been trying so hard to keep her in. I'd say that this time, Meline really did dodge the worst bullet anyone could be hit by, and she did so without even getting a scratch in the end. But as for Ruby, she was not willing to marry the stalker anymore, as she began to learn very quickly that he was going to be more than just a burden on her shoulders. Before the wedding could even begin, he was saying creepy things to Ruby, that even for a girl like her who had very little brain cells began to really turn her off, and so she ended up canceling the wedding with him. However, she wasn't going to get away without paying the cancellation fee, and so went into extreme debt with all of the loans she had to take out. And it wasn't just the cost of canceling the wedding that she had to pay either, as the stalker also asked that she pay him back for breaking their engagement promise with one another. And if she didn't, he'd make sure she never got to see the end of things between them. So it's going to be a long time before Ruby can pay off all the loans she's taken out, and I'm sure that'll keep her anchored in the hell she asked for. And as for there being anything to force both Ruby and Meline to be around each other, there is nothing, as the both of them have left their jobs at the office, so neither one of them will ever have a chance to talk to one another anymore. Therefore, not many people really know about what's happened to Ruby after going into such terrible debt and running off. It's funny to think that she got off so much to making other women feel horrible by stealing their boyfriends, but is now feeling the worst after getting what she'd asked for. I'm at least sure that now men are no longer on the mind of Ruby, as she tries to find a way out of the hell she's fallen into. And that's okay, because no man, or woman, would ever want to have someone like Ruby chasing after them. Because we all know now that she's bringing nothing but bad news with her.